Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are joining us from. Welcome to Itchy Painty, the miniature painting live stream by Resident Evil fans for Resident Evil fans, or so we can only hope. My name is Michael, aka It's Burger Time, and aka Itchy. Joining me, as always, is my illustrious, gorgeous, wonderful co-host, Mr. Moist Owlet, aka James, aka Tainty.
Hello.
Hi. How you doing today?
That's my name.
How you doing today, James?
How am I doing?
Yeah, how you doing, James?
Yeah, I have heart palpitations.
Do you really? Like, is this because you terrified me coming into the stream today?
No, I have heart palpitations because I had to run home because the British, for some reason, think the summertime needs a different time zone.
It's not just the British, sir. It's also us here in the U.S.
Oh, yeah, sorry. No, I mean, no, that's a different one. Yeah, in a couple months' time.
Yeah.
Happen again, right? Because the UK government thinks that if we put the time forward a little bit, that people are going to go out into the sun. We're British. We don't go out into the sun.
Jaxie says it's boy time. I suppose I guess that's technically true. James,
Jax! I know Jax.
You keep ranting. I forgot to wet my wet palette.
Alright, you wet that palette. You moisten that boy up. Huge weird double audio on me. Uh-oh. Oh, is it streaming from the burger? I think I know why, Jax. I'm sorry if the double thing. I think I know why. But right now, Bergs is it really bad? If it's really bad, I'll shut up. You let me know. This isn't really conducive to a stream, is it? Burger, help. I can't do anything on my side. Beggar, please. Beggar, come back. Beggar, please. Oh God. Beggar. Hello. Beggar.
Huge weird double audio on James. It says.
Yes.
I got it.
I think
How's that?
I think it's because of the. Should be because of slubs, right?
Yeah. Is that better now? It's not even slobs anymore.
It's not better to show how. I think it sounds like I'm harassing you.
Damn. That's fucked. I'm back now. My doodad is so moist.
I started crying because I couldn't get hold of you.
Yeah. Well, I did say I was gonna go moist my wet palette.
I did, and I was like, oh no, that means they've gone, because when they moisten their palate, they really go for it.
I do.
So,
I really have to commit to it.
You really have to, go in.
I had to go deep
into the brush.
Into the brush lore. So we are working on our happy birthday slimes today. But before we get started, I do want to share something I got at the store yesterday. I went clothing shopping, and the clothing stores here have random, kitschy things next to the cash registers, so that if you're snacky for the car ride home. But these are little gummy fruits. Look how cute they are.
Oh,
aren't those cute?
You're using them for reference?
No, I'm gonna eat them. They're tiny and adorable.
No, I'm gonna eat them.
I
can't believe you right now.
Yep, they're not very good, but
wow, you know I'm on a sugar fast.
Mm-hmm.
You put them in front of my eyeballs.
Yep, I did that.
Wow, you're not a real friend.
That's not necessarily true.
Nah, it's not.
Yeah, they look amazing, but as a gummy aficionado, they're not that great.
No?
No.
They look really juicy. Do they not have real juice in them?
There's not much flavor to them.
Oh, okay. All right, so I gotta decide because I've literally just come in from outside, so I've got to get my paints ready.
And then while James is getting ready, here's what I'm going to be working on after the program today. This is the jacket to my Alucard statue.
The Vega boys are coming.
Stop it. We've talked about this.
Oh,
Oh, that's that song. That's that. Okay, yes. I have heard that song before.
I knew it. I knew you knew that song.
You know how we know that song here in the United States? There's like an old man who dances to it on like a Six Flags commercial.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like an old man and like it's not even an old man. It's like a young person in old man makeup. Okay. Yeah. That's how I know that song. I'm gonna ask you not to sing it anymore.
Whoa! This is what I want to do. Stop
it, James.
Let's have some fun. Well,
fuck. Really?
We're gonna get copyright stricken now.
Thanks, Iggy. I appreciate that. Somebody noticed.
Huh?
Iggy complimented my nails.
I always compliment your nails.
You didn't today, though. Iggy did it first.
Yeah, because I'm too busy rushing in because of daylight savings time.
Sure.
I didn't see your nails. Nice nails, by the way.
Thank you, James. I appreciate you. Way to bandwagon on top of Iggy's compliment.
Well, I like Iggy more than you.
Oh, shit. I mean, how could you not? Mm. I'm not surprised. I like Iggy more than me, too.
Mood.
It is a mood. So we are working on our slimy boys. The joke of these was what would this have eaten in order to... I'm actually going to take this off of the doodad. Because of how it's situated, it's easier for me to paint. What would this have eaten in order to be this way? And the solution that we came up with was the Valkyrie Discord, James. Oh, let's get the Valkyrie sales pitch on.
Can I shout out somebody in chat, actually, because it was actually Jax who first suggested this.
Really? Jax, thank you. That's so funny.
Yeah. Big ups to Jax.
Big ups to Jax. The best one of these jellies is the pineapple one. Just as a heads up to anybody asking.
What is that? It's the most fruity?
It is the most fruity. And it's also the softest.
Okay. Whoa.
We talked about this, James.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that's boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room.
James. Don't make me get the hose.
Don't hose me. I'm already wet.
Hot.
It's in my name.
You know, did I ever tell you that when we first started collaborating, I thought it was moist towelette.
It's so funny you say that because I've had that a lot.
And then I followed you on Twitter and I saw the owl. I was like, oh, that makes more sense.
I've only ever, because it's a play on words from an old machinima play. Short. That was the Balhograph, the guy that's the Earl of Whiterun in Skyrim. And he goes, moist towelettes! And it stuck with me ever since.
It resonated with Tiny James.
It did. Well, more like young adult James, because I was in my mid-20s, early to mid-20s then.
I made a Red vs. Blue reference to a 20-year-old, and they didn't get it.
Yeah, it's getting to that point now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I've said this before, but when I used to DM at our local gaming cafe, we had a set.
The one that
No. This is a different one. Yeah, I still don't have that television, but no. Yeah, we were talking to somebody who they were 17, and we were talking about Beyonce, and they said who?
Really, Beyonce? I thought she's
Yeah.
still culturally relevant.
No, they were completely blank, and we were like, "Oh,
But
Beyonce, you know Beyonce,
you don't know Beyonce,
right? Destiny's Child, Jay-Z."
I mean, I'm not surprised that they might not know Destiny's Child because that's like the '90s. It's Shoji. Hi, Joe. Welcome to the party, pal.
No.
Are you fucking-
no. There's no limit.
What do we talk about, James?
It's a party, right? So you have to have the party music on.
Stop it. You're ruining this for me. Your party's almost over, James.
Walk without rhythm, and you won't attract the worm. Walk without rhythm, and you won't attract the worm.
We talking about Dune now?
We're talking about Fatboy Slim.
God damn it! But that's a Dune reference, James.
It wasn't, but I respect that.
Isn't that the thing that they do? They tell you to walk without rhythm so you don't attract.
It is.
sandworms?
Do you know what? I never made that fucking
Reference to fucking the Christopher Walken music video by Fatboy Slim that I can't remember the name of. Don't sound to my voice.
Like, what else did you think it was?
It's the power of voice. Is it power of voice?
I don't know. I don't know who Fatboy Slim is.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this.
I just realized that this color is a Berserk reference. Bayrit.
Really?
Bayrit
What's it
red.
say?
This is Bayrit red.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a good reference.
That is a good reference. It is a bright and powerful red.
Ah, shit.
Watch your language, James. Watch your language. Lower your voice. Lower your voice.
Lower your voice.
Lower
Hey.
your voice.
Did you say something?
No, it must have been nothing.
Lower your voice. What? Ninja! Oh, forget it. That's my favorite line from Tenchi Stealth Assassins. Because like they'd see you and they go, "Oh, ninja!" And then you break line of sight and they go, "Oh, forget it." It's not worth it.
Oh.
Oh,
God, that was so fucking. It's just those games are just full of efforts. Huh?
oh,
Huh?
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 Did I heard? So I've been playing this week. The Burger's game of choice for the week has been the Castlevania Dead Cells content.
How's that making you feel?
Very good, especially since Konami acknowledged Castlevania existed.
But only for Dead Cells.
No.
They're
They said they were excited for the prospect of people being excited for Castlevania.
Okay.
So they acknowledge Castlevania exists. So that's
Yeah, this
cool.
Let's just hope they don't do what Resident Evil does, and crossovers are better than their side games with Capcom.
Which Resident Evil crossover is better than?
No, I mean let's hope they see what Capcom did with Resident Evil Resistance and Resident Evil Reverse, right? With crossovers and
Oh yeah,
they don't fuck it up. 'Cause
the
they
Resident
do.
Evil tie-in for what's that other game that everybody enjoys with the killers?
EBD, Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight has been widely successful.
I enjoy watching people play that. I hate playing it. I've come to realize
I also don't like playing it, James.
it's so fucking toxic.
It is
It's
an incredibly
unreal.
toxic game.
Like this is coming from a 12-year League of Legends veteran.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
It is so toxic. Ugh.
Capcom with their pachinko machines. Does Capcom also make pachinko machines?
Yeah. I'd imagine so, right?
Right, they'd have to. That's the best part of Yakuza Like a Dragon. I actually don't agree with that. The best part of
Boom,
Yakuza
boom,
Like a Dragon.
boom, and let me hear you say wayo.
No, I will not say
Come
Wayo.
on, come on! You've got to weigh it with me.
I'm not gonna weigh it with you, James.
Wayo!
No. Sorry.
Everybody in chat, can we get some wayos in chat?
No Wayos in chat, please. Nobody Wayo in chat.
listen
Don't.
to Gaga. We need the wayos.
Nobody Wayo in chat, please.
Fantastic.
I swear to God, if any of you Wayo in chat, I'm shutting this down.
Wayo. No, if you Wayo, you love me.
I love you, and I'm not going to Wayo.
You do not love me if you don't Wayo.
You can't hold that. You can't
done
determine. You can't set that bar now.
No, Whale, Martin. Wayo. WHEY-yo. Come on.
Wayo. Fuck.
Thank you, Martin, for supporting me.
That isn't support.
Yeah, it was.
They're just pointing out a spelling mistake. Where? See? Thank you, Shoji.
See, Shoji is the real one.
Damn, I didn't even see that one yet. I will remember this, Choji. I will remember. Yeah, everybody disliked that.
Dun, 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 dun.
Can we focus up on the real topic of conversation today?
What's that?
I was talking about a video game, James, and you distracted.
Well, we talk about videos too much.
Talking about video games, James.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I was talking about Dead
Castlevania?
Cells and Dead Cells.
Okay, tell us.
I enjoyed it. It was good.
How many stars would you give it?
5 actually. I like the game a lot.
Out of
5.
excellent. Good. Yeah, the base game is great.
Yeah, and all of the extra content that they've added since the base game came out has also been great.
You have to buy that DLC?
Yeah, the Castlevania one's $10. Which is kind of lame, but
It's a lot of money.
I guess it's understandable.
That's like more than the game is on sale.
Actually, it's the exact same amount as the game on sale.
Oh.
It's crazy to see how much that game has evolved. Like, there's so much extra content to it than there was when I bought it. Because like when I bought it, you get to the first boss and that was it. Like you got to fight the concierge, and that was the game. And now I'm like at a point where I'm like, God, what's the way through this level again? How do I get to the? I'm trying to get to the clock tower at the moment.
Well, that thing they left out of Remake 3?
No, they added it to Dead Cells. That's the Castlevania. That's the Resident Evil
right.
That's
Yeah, of course. It has to that's the equivalent exchange.
They added that to the Resident Evil tie-in of Dead Cells.
Yeah.
It's true.
True.
It's true.
Make it harder, make it better.
Isn't that the Daft Punk song?
Do it faster, makes us longer.
Yeah.
Dude, like, where's your brain at today? Like you have gone. Are you listening to these songs live, and that's why they're coming up?
No. That's just popping into my head.
Somebody asked me before stream started, what I was thinking about Diablo 4, and I said I'm conflicted and confused because I know it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
But it also looks real pretty.
It's gonna be, it's gonna be the same thing with Diablo that it always is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bad for a year and a half, and then they're gonna announce an expansion that makes it 200 times better.
Yeah.
Like, they always do that.
Yes, they do.
Mostly, I am biased a little bit towards Diablo 4 right now because there is somebody who I've fallen in love who works on Diablo 4. She's so gorgeous, and she's so cool, but I won't let that
Affect you?
affect my choice.
Who's that?
When Sikio she's on Twitter, but she's one of the devs for it.
Oh, cool.
I have been following. She made it was by do you know Regilio on I think that's how you say his name on Twitter? One of the Aliens Fireteam devs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took place in the Dev Fashion Week, and he looks fucking dope. But he also retweeted one of Sikio's stuffs that and she. Oh my god! Yeah, actually, do you know what? I don't think it's actually. I think it's just her fashion and just the way she looks, in terms of her outfits and her makeup, that I've fallen in love with.
Cute.
You know, I
James.
don't like the aesthetic, of just looking at her when she has all that on. Fucking amazing. People amaze me with how they can.
Their EDC, their everyday look. Yeah.
Yeah.
I empathize with that. It takes a lot to fine tune your look too. Like you find something that works and then extrapolate on it.
Yeah.
That's how I got to where I'm at with my makeups that I wear every day.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of me too.
All right, I'm gonna have to put a little bit more red on this guy. He ain't red enough.
Ain't red enough.
He also ain't bony enough. I mean, he got no bones, but
He ain't got no bones. Why ain't
he got bones in him, but they ain't his bones.
Why ain't he got bones there, Chief?
Yeah, careful. 10 seconds. Jeez.
That was not a licensed song. I was just
You give Square Enix,
£6.50 for that.
You're gonna get you're gonna be on an NFT now.
Oh fuck! I gotta be on an NFT.
You're in the fucking blockchain. Well done.
Jeez, I'm in the blockchain now. I hope I sell for a bunch. I hope my JPEG catches a pretty penny.
Don't worry, you will be sold for a lot of money, but then a year will go by and you'll be worth nothing.
Oh geez, so it's just like real life.
That's that depreciation. NFT depreciation.
It's just like my car.
You make a great point with music. I don't have my music on today, so I'm going to change that.
Yeah. If you were to play Diablo, which class would you play?
I tend to start as a wizard.
Yeah.
When I used to play D2 and D3.
I'm eyeballing.
Yeah.
I'm eyeballing, putting my eyeballs on.
I think I know where you're going to go.
Where am I going to go?
Yeah, Paladin, of course you are.
Is Paladin one of the classes in Diablo 4?
I know it was in 3, so it's got to come out at 4, right?
It was not.
At some point.
It was not a Paladin in 4.
Ah, okay.
It was the Crusader, which is different.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. The Crusader
it's literally
didn't.
a paladin. It's a paladin.
Crusader did
Come
not.
on.
James, the Crusader did not have the kit that the Paladin did. Stop it.
But D3 didn't have a paladin subclass.
It didn't. No, it had a
It
Crusader.
had a Crusader, which is just a paladin.
It's not the same thing, James.
Right, votes in chat. What class, guys, would you say a Templar is? All right.
Oh, I see. You're right. It was Templar, not Crusader, even.
No, I think you're right. It is Crusader.
It is Crusader.
It's just that kit was very paladin-y.
Yeah, but it was But here's the thing: is it didn't play like the Paladin did in Diablo 2. It had a completely different play style.
I can't reach my my game knowledge back to that, unfortunately. So I can't really attest to that.
The Paladin in Diablo 2 was aura based usually.
Yeah, and the Crusader had aura stuff.
But it wasn't. Oh, God damn it, jeez. Never mind.
It had I remember literally making a Crusader build where I was just running through a fucking rift, burning things because I had this aura of awesome around me.
Okay, James.
Right.
Okay, James.
No, they're not. Yeah, I mean, they like to think they're a faithful bunch. But I mean, that's the whole deal with paladins, right? Is that like, that's normally when it comes to backstories, that's their whole deal, is them struggling with their faith. That's why we have fallen paladins. Like, retribution paladins.
My
And
paladin never struggled with their faith.
oh, it would do if you were in my campaign.
No, Edrin is just too cool. Edrin is too good.
Oh, okay. So you don't have a backstory.
Edrin has a backstory.
What's his backstory? Tell me.
Edrin's backstory.
Their backstory.
Thank you, James. Edrin's backstory was that they were the youngest child of their Triton nobility family, royal guards. Tritons, as a culture, tend to be inherited, like their positions. And Edrin was the extra child. Edrin did not want to fill the role. That was because, like, you have the eldest daughter who ended up being, taking the family spot as the royal guard. The second child went into politics, and then as opposed to joining a quiet monastic order, as was deemed that they would do, or being married off to some other family, Edrin was like, fuck this shit, I'm out, and dipped to be an adventurer.
Okay. So what's the
go ahead.
so what's their goal? Like what's their
So Edrin was an Oath of Glory paladin. Their goal ultimately was to in the campaign we did a Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign, and there were rumors that there's a large frozen lake out there, like that there were rumors that there was a gateway to the elemental plane of water in it, and that there was a sect of Tritons that were guarding said gate, and Edrin wanted to go find them.
Okay. So he wanted to go to the water elemental plane because he'd been fucked over by his family.
Their family.
Fuck. Yeah, their family.
Yeah, kind of. They wanted to go meet the people that, well, because Triton societies.
What if they met the what if they met like the deity of like the water plane, and Edrin was not impressed, or they were not as what they expected them to be.
So Edrin's deity, Edrin worshipped a deity whose name was Wid, who was a trickster god, a genderless trickster god, the god of forbidden knowledge specifically. Okay. Edrin was of the belief that they were championing the cause of righteous affirmation. However, Wid, being the fun trickster they are, let Edrin believe that.
So there it is.
Yeah.
There's a thing that I was mentioning. Like
conflict about
paladin. Yeah, paladins. Just like with clerics. Clerics, same thing. Because divine magic is, I've always seen divine magic as something that was lent, not given. Whereas like with wizards and sorcerers, like who like, and in an essence warlocks, depending on how you want to play the warlock, but wizards and sorcerers mainly are like, they rip the magic like from where they need it from. Like sorcerers, it's in their blood, like, and they think they're owed it. Wizards, they literally study for years to get that magic, right?
They learn how to map the universe to their will. Yeah,
exactly. Whereas like clerics and paladins, and to a certain extent druids, they have divine magics that like are only, they're given to them in like, you must do this, and it's in offering. It's kind of like a patron in a way, because it's like, we're gonna give you this, but you need to do what we say, right, or hold our ideals.
Yeah.
Depending on what the deity is. Yeah, so that's why like clerics and paladins, in terms of how they deal with like faith, is really interesting to me, because it's like a dichotomy between Christianity and Catholicism, like in the real world.
It's
And
valid.
most people that I speak to about those who are like open to speak about it, they feel like they are devout to their god, and which I always found fucking wild. But yeah, interesting. Yeah, so whenever I have like paladins or clerics, there's always like a moment where they have to kind of really think about the decision on what they do, whatever that decision is. And it could lead to a pretty
crisis of faith.
Exactly. I've had
Edrin has had a crisis of faith before.
Yeah.
There was. Have you played Rime of the Frost Maiden or read the book?
Yeah. Yep.
There's a part where you find a crashed ship.
Yep.
And you can fuck with it or not. My group of murder hobos that I was in fucked with it.
Yep.
And they were, yeah, they were gonna leave because there were like babies or something on the ship or something like that. And we go in there and we bust up there, and they're just trying to get them away. They're waiting for help, and we go in there. We fucking ruin all their defenses. Find out that these people are just waiting for a ride home, and then the party's gonna like dip, and it's just like, no, we're not doing that. I'm not doing that. And bullied the party into staying, and then I got kicked out of the group because I didn't want to murder hobo.
It's like it's not a good fit for them, is it? Like that group isn't a good fit for Edrin.
No, Edrin needs. I mean, I wasn't a good fit for that group because nobody wanted to actually roleplay.
Yeah.
People just wanted to murder hobo.
Which I always say this, like it's fine if that's what you want, but you need to like in equal ways. Like you need to kind of look around at because I've had being an experienced DM now, I've had people who have been in a party who are very much like they want to kill everything, but they've been in a party that's predominantly role players.
Yeah,
and it's very obvious. Because when some like one combat might arise, like it's like a it's like a ding, it's like an alarm bell. They immediately jump into action, and that's when you see them roleplay, right? And I remember having a conversation once, and they were saying they were struggling with roleplay, and I'm like, that roleplay you bring into fighting things.
Yeah,
you want to describe everything. You want to describe how you do it. You like they even got to a point that they would ask me, no, don't describe what I want to describe what I do. Like after I hit them, I'm like, that's fine. I want people to do that. I'm like use that and use it in the real world. Like you as a person don't go out and beat the shit out of people, do you? Like,
right.
whatever you use, or whatever activates that thing in your mind, that trigger in your mind that makes you roleplay during combat, like do that outside of combat.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
But they tried it, but they just really liked killing things.
Vickers Max companion quest in Outer Worlds.
Yeah. Basically Vickers Max's companion quest in the Outer Worlds. I've not played that.
It's a neat little game. It's made by Obsidian.
Oh wait, I've played Outer Worlds. I just haven't completed it.
Me neither, actually.
Yeah.
I'm on I think I'm close to the end of the game, or close to the end of the main story. It just didn't grab me like I had wanted it to. You know what I mean?
I think, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. So that game gave me an idea. It gave me, and I know like people might disagree with this because it's a much beloved game, but that game is why I believe that a New Vegas 2 won't work nowadays.
Oh yeah, because games design is just different.
Yeah, like New Vegas was great, and then like people were constantly screaming for a New Vegas 2, but it won't work Like there are games that literally are, in my opinion, are even slightly better than New Vegas, right? In terms of like its story writing and character development and stuff,
Yeah.
right? And they have done nowhere near as well. Like they've been successful, but they've done nowhere near as well as New Vegas has because they've come out recently and like the gaming landscape has changed like since
Yeah.
that game came out.
Been watching a Noah Gervais video about Mass Effect recently and talking. He's just talking about the different changes between Mass at the point now he's Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2 and how just like the presentation between Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2 shifted so much.
Yes, yeah, it did a lot. Became instance into everything was all instanced, and it felt less open, but at the same time, it was done so well
Yeah,
at the
it's
time that
kind of
it
what he
felt
says.
like it wasn't.
Yeah, it's like exactly what he says actually.
Oh,
Vignettes he calls it. He calls it a game full of vignettes about the world as opposed to like a big open world RPG. It's like a big shift in the culture of how BioWare made games.
yeah. Yeah, and it like to give you guys an example of a game that didn't do that and it changed um, through the years is Dragon Age.
Yeah, oh, totally.
Dragon Age Origins was a mix between
Classic
Baldur's,
BioWare. Yeah.
yeah, classic like Baldur's Gate, Planescape kind of stuff, but mixed in with current active gameplay. And then you had Dragon Age 2, which decided to kind of go the other side
Full
of things.
action. Yeah.
Very action, and with the RPG, it was a lot quicker, though more contained. And I'm not talking about the game as an overall, by the way. I'm talking about how the game presented. And then, excuse me, and then you had Dragon Age Inquisition, which changed it again, like to this huge open world.
Like basically
Again,
an MMO.
yeah, like it was. Yeah, and the combat again was different. It was a lot tougher. There were more things you need to take into account. There wasn't like a OP build. I mean, there were like the Enchanter Knights were pretty fucking OP, but like, yeah, it was like they did well with that game series, and I think it's why it was successful like throughout the years. Even though DA2 is seen by a lot of Dragon Age fans as substandard, to me, I like DA2. It's my least favorite, but I liked that game. I played that game a lot, and it wasn't just because of Isabella.
Ah, Isabella. No, Isabella.
Yeah, she was so good. I wanted, just like Morrigan, I wanted to know more about her, but then they just fucking, she just fucking leaves, and I was like, no, don't leave.
Don't leave me. Let me love you.
Yeah, I want to be a pirate with you. It's a crisis of faith quest. You either reinforce his faith in the architect, or you have architect. Why am I from Boston? Or you have him turn to a different sort of spirituality. I got you. Got you. Got you. Do.
How are my sprinkles doing, friends?
Hmm?
How are my sprinkles doing?
They look good.
Good.
Yeah, I probably won't get mine done today. I'll probably just do mine off stream. I've got a lot to do. Ba-ba-ba-na-ba-na. No.
What?
What?
Pardon?
Huh?
Huh?
Who?
What?
What'd you say?
What?
Green. There you go. Yeah, we had the I was telling you about, oh no, damn it.
What happened?
Okay,
Yeah, what did you do?
Nothing. The thing I was talking to you about yesterday with the door?
Yes.
Yeah, with more deeds.
Yeah. Did they actually make it through the door?
They did.
Good.
Stuck. They just. It was so funny because they all just laid down on the ground because the room basically the door had like runes all around it, and when they entered the door behind them just shut closed, and then there was a big lever in the middle of the room, and they pushed the lever, and it turned all the runes on around the door, and then slowly the runes started to turn off. And the room started to shake more and more as the runes turned off. And they just started to panic. And after the 30th was done, the room stopped shaking and the door just opened.
It's so funny.
I was just being a little shit. Little shit DM mode.
It's James sometimes, y'all. James is a piece of shit DM.
It's who I am.
Excuse me.
Just a piece of shit.
Just a piece of shit. Alright, just getting some colors here to block out the rest of the pieces here.
Good.
Let me use my vortex mixer.
I'm gonna use my vortex mixer.
Yeah.
That my wife got me.
Yeah, my wife is a spouse. So May prefers spouse as a designation.
Spouse. Okay,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
This is recent. What are you doing there off stream, James?
Shaking my Polaroid picture. Shaking my paint. He's shaking.
I'm about to paint the shield that James doesn't think exists.
I just cannot see it.
I'm about to paint it right here. Everybody, watch my screen for a second. You'll see it. You'll see it come together.
I can hope so, because I'm still lost. Yeah, still can't fucking see it.
It'll be fine once I get it all painted in. Let's see, is there any other wood pieces in here? Yeah, we'll do the handle of the sword here. Let me see, handle this sword here. This sword is actually inside of a scabbard, which is cool. I'm gonna band that one. That's a bone. There we go. Cool. Alright, we're going to paint the boot. It's over here with a weirdly yellow leather brown, but we got some. When we tackle this with some washes later, we'll be able to take care of that a bit. It does look like his arms are bare, so we'll give him some leather cuffs to implicate that he was once wearing leather armor. All right. So, next up we grab Metallics. Poopsie doodles. I'll tell you where I stopped with. We were talking about the Outer Worlds earlier. I'll tell you where I stopped with that game. It was I got to like this weird like Uber capitalism planet, and like had an interaction with like one NPC, and he was like, you know what, this is not for me. I think something else had come out at the time that I wanted to play. So I was like, eh.
Yeah, I think I remember my last moments on that game were, I think I was just traveling through an open world. I can't remember what I just got bored.
Yeah.
This is like, I remember just going through the open world going, nah.
Yeah. I remember the last open world I finished. I got because you know the big point of that game is the exotic weapons, right? And like unlocking those,
like Cyberpunk.
Yeah, the weapons that bear arms. Thank you, Iggy. All right, so we're gonna do some metallics here. We're gonna band the shield that James doesn't think exists.
I just can't see it. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I just cannot see it because I am blind.
It's okay, James. I still love you. Here we go. All right, James. Now, do you see the shield?
Yeah. I need to. I can't see anything because it's so oversaturated on my end. I don't know why. Let me see it on the.
Does it look oversaturated on the stream, y'all?
Only to me, not on the stream. Yeah, I don't know why.
It's right there. Right there. There's the shield. Right there. There it is. That's it. That's the car from Quiz.
What?
Yeah.
That. Oh. Do you know why? Because it's a bit warped, isn't it?
It is a little bit warped.
It looks like it's part of the. I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying.
It doesn't help that the rondel of the buckler, I think that's what it's called, right?
I cannot remember. That's cool.
I think it's called the rondel. It looks just like a bubble from the slime.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the other swords are a little easier to pick out. And then we're gonna switch metallics here.
Hear what the latest controversy is with
What's the latest controversy?
with gaming.
What's that?
People are getting upset that Resident Evil 4 has yellow scratch marks on their boxes to show that they can be it.
What the hell? They did in the first one too.
Yeah. I was just like, it's like, it's not that big a deal. Like, people just saying, you know, oh, it's like you're hand-holding. You'd be very surprised at how much games hand-hold you.
Yeah.
Without you even knowing it.
At least Leon doesn't go, I should probably proceed this way. You know, I should probably walk down that hallway. I should probably go that way every 4 fucking seconds. You don't just walk down the hallway. Oh my god! You know what? Never mind.
Touch his door. No, I don't think this is the right way.
I don't think this is the right way to go. I should probably go down that hallway. You know where we should go? We should go down that hallway.
Yeah.
God, fuck video games.
There is one controversy that like I'm kind of agreeing with right now, and that's bringing back silent protagonists. It's because recently, and I mean like very recently, in the past year or two, games that have come out, the protagonists that have been in them have been awful people. You know, they were just like, whenever they do something, they'll go, ha, take that, tin head. You know, it's just stupid shit like that.
You know what? Shut up. You don't need to talk anymore.
It's so dumb. It's too over the top. Like, it's a little, because you will hear that, take that, tin head, about 20, 50 times. You know, it's
20, 50 is a lot. It's a big variance.
It's a big range, but you know, you hear it a lot.
Yeah, no, it's valid. I hear it.
Only played it very recently, and that's because of
which was acceptable in like, 1999 or 2001. Like when you do your move in Dragon Legend of Dragoon, where it's like Burning Rush.
Yes.
I love Legend of Dragoon. Such a good game.
Good, and it's just come out again, isn't it?
It has just come out again. It has. Which one is this one?
Where does your hair end, sir? Oh wait, that's not hair. That's goo.
He's covered in goo.
Just his face. His face is bare, but he has no hair.
That's funny. That's a brine.
It is. I'm glad I made that. Good job, me.
You're a poet, and you didn't even know that you were saying those words in that order.
Thanks, everybody, by the way, for complimenting my nails.
I complimented your nails the other day.
Thanks, everybody.
Look at James's nails, everybody, by the way. He had them painted specifically for y'all, and none of y'all noticed or commented.
Yeah.
I can't believe all of you for not complimenting James's nails.
Gaslighting the chat right now.
Damn, I am shocked.
We're in a fight right now. Chat.
Chat, we're fighting. You and James are fighting. You and I are cool.
What?
I said you and James are fighting. You and I are cool. Don't pull me into your chat drama. Sorry.
Wow, that's not how friends work. You're meant to you're meant to support everything I do. Otherwise, you're not a real friend.
Damn, really?
Yeah, that's what Mean Girls told me anyway.
It's a good movie. She doesn't even go here.
Thank you, Iggy. Thank you. It has slightly less of an impact, but thank you. The fact that you were the first to say it.
God, Iggy is so cool. Probably the best member of chat that we have.
Iggy, probably the best viewer in chat, actually.
Most consistently contributing to the conversation.
Yeah.
Offering helpful tidbits. Not watching movies with their spouses.
Oh, that is not the brown I wanted.
By the way, did y'all see the contest that's happening on the Fast Twitter today?
Oh, yeah. It's good, guys. Do you want to win? Do you want to fucking win a whole RE2 board game?
A whole RE2 board game.
Signed by lead designer Sherwin Matthews.
The Sherwin Matthews.
Do you want to win that? Well, go head over to the First Aid Spray for FA Spray Pod Twitter. And it's just a follow and a retweet, and you're in.
Yep, follow and a retweet. You can.
None of that. Go on fucking Game Whisper, whatever the fuck it's called.
What the hell's Game Whisper? Is it like a...
I don't know. I'm trying to remember what the thing was that people use to count in votes. What is it? It's like... Oh, I can't remember. Not playing video games. You get a pass, Jax, because you, like Bergs, have also complimented my nails. before the stream, so it's okay.
Yeah, real fans would have seen that James posted them on Twitter days ago.
Yeah, because I suspected that real fans. I suspected that they would be off, but man, oh, one second.
It's that gel.
Yes. Live delivery by Amazon, live on stream.
What did you get from Amazon?
I got I don't know if you probably do game with it. You know those dual tap attachments that turn it into one like shower head?
Yeah.
I got one of them because it's gonna be easier to shower Rowan because she's an old woman and she can't clean herself. So that's gonna make my life a bit easier.
Dope.
What were we talking about?
I don't recall.
Yeah, well.
It wasn't that important.
Oh yeah, the giveaway. Go
Yeah.
go on the thing.
Go do the thing for the stuff.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say my nails. I was afraid that they weren't gonna stay on, so I made that post. Yeah. But yeah, I've only got one chip in them, and it's that chip there. I don't know if you can see that. There's a chip there. I chipped them today while grating cheese, annoyingly.
Damn.
Yeah. The cheese grater fucking betrayed me.
Clip them on. I was gonna say, did you clip them on the cheese grater?
Yeah, I want to get food gloves. Food anti/food gloves. You know what I mean?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, just so I don't do that again because these fucking cost a lot of money.
How much were they?
These nails were £32.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to stay on for an entire month or two. So, yeah, they're well worth it. It's just that's a lot of money.
I hear you. Especially in a non-existent cost of living crisis.
Right.
Don't ask the Tories.
Gleam! That's the one, Iggy. Yeah, fuck the Tories. Fuck the BBC. I grew up with a handheld shower because I need one of them. I made a point because it's so easy. Yeah. So the main problem with them is that they, like, the pressure is bad. Like, you can never really put much pressure into them because, they're rubber, mostly got rubber ends. So, yeah. And I don't want to get, like, those metal crimps that you put around the tap because that wrecks your taps. Yeah, and I've got old taps, so I can't like put an attachment on the bottom of the tap so I can use the taps that way. Annoyingly, and I'm not a plumber, so I can't put my own taps on.
You probably have a sister or something that works at a place called Tool Station. They could probably help you out there.
I mean, just because you work at Tool Stations doesn't mean you know.
You saying that Zoe couldn't change your tap for you?
I've worked there for 6 months and I didn't.
Zoe's worked there for 6 years, James.
Yeah, go talk to her. Ask her. I don't know. Fucking go ask her to find a fucking screw. Like, we don't know. We expect the tradesman to come in and say, "Yes, I want this. Here's the product code." Like, we'll do our best to requiesce your order, but your order. But we're not gonna know everything. That's a big misnomer.
What even is the point then?
I think out of everybody in that store, my sister does know. Like, if you came to me and you started asking me about woodworking stuff, then yeah, I'm gonna know, right? But if you come to me and ask about plumbing stuff, bricklaying stuff, electrical stuff, I'm not gonna know. And they mainly when I worked there, the main things I knew about was what was popular at the time, like grey fence paint by Ron Seal. Everybody wanted that shit.
Do you have any grey fence paint?
Oh, fuck that shit. I never wanted to see a can of grey fence paint ever again.
Yeah, but you don't have any grey fence paint.
No, I don't, and I never want any. Fuck
Right.
grey fence paint. You need to stop.
I'm gonna send you a video later that I think matches that level of exasperation. Where there's like a chef at a restaurant, and the waiter just walks up. The customer wants an eggless omelet. He's like, "What? He can't have an eggless omelet." He goes, "What? Are we out or something?" He's like, "No, it just it doesn't exist." And she's like, "Well, what do you mean it doesn't exist?" He's like, "Breadsticks. What do you get with breadsticks?" He goes, "You know what breads are?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "What happens when you take out the bread from breadsticks?" And she goes, "Sticks." And then he takes a plate, he sprinkles garnish on it, he goes, there's your eggless omelet. And she goes to grab it. He goes, "No, don't take it out."
And she's like, "Oh yeah, there it is." Like,
This is my eggless omelet I asked for.
oh man. That's the kind of shit that you get all the time. Like when I was a kid, as an April Fool's, my guardian asked me to go to the store and get tartan paint.
What?
Tartan paint.
Oh, tartan paint. That's funny. That's so funny.
So I went to the store to get tartan paint. And they just looked at me and then laughed. And they said to me, "Do you know what day it is?" I went, "No. Do you have any tartan paint? I want to go home." "It's April 1st. "Yeah, so?" Still didn't get it. I was just like completely oblivious.
My favorite April Fool's joke is I used to take a screen cap of May's desktop, and then I would
Right.
set that picture as her desktop background, and then hide all of her icons.
Well, I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that. I did that. He got so mad. I did that to my uncle. He came back from a shopping trip, and I took a screenshot of everything. And yeah, I took off everything. He couldn't get it to work. He took his PC apart. He was like,
So
"Why is it
funny.
not working?" And then after that, after he took like his everything out, I said to him, "It's a prank. Put your PC back together."
Did he whip your ass?
No, he got very mad though.
That's a bummer. Poor baby James.
No, my uncle wouldn't whip my ass. He was too slow.
I couldn't reach it.
Yeah.
You were a quick but big boy.
And I have a really big ass, so that's saying something. I have a great ass that's large. I have, as the kids would say, a dumpy.
I can't think of a single child who's ever said dumpy.
The fellow kids.
Fellow kids. Nobody's ever called it a dumpy, James.
The yuck dumpy. Emphasis on the yuck.
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 In the US, we send people. Yeah, I've seen that one before too. That's a good one. I'm trying to think of other ones.
Elbow grease is another one.
Yeah, that's a good one. God, I'm trying to think of more.
Pot of steam in restaurants. You send somebody over down to like the next door restaurant and ask them for a pot of steam.
We get a pot of steam, please. God. I think, it kind of sucks at the same time because it's like, yeah, it's a harmless joke, but it's also, it's kind of gaslighty. It's like, it's so bad because I remember that tartan paint prank. I was annoyed because they asked me to go outside. And I didn't want to go outside. Right? And they asked me to go outside, and I was like, I was not. And then they yelled at me for it. All right? And I was like, ugh, fine. Oh, the other one. This was a little bit worse because I actually almost got in trouble for this one. The other one was I was told to go to the local gas station and just get some gas. I'm saying gas for our American friends, by the way.
You call it
but
petrol.
Yeah, it was diesel, but yeah. But yeah, I was told to go there and get like some diesel, right? And they said, "Oh yeah, I've already paid the cashier. Just go to a machine and just fill this up." And he gave me a can.
Damn, that's really dumb.
Right? And I did. And then I did it, and then I started walking away, and then huge fucking like megaphone comes on. Excuse me, child, on whatever. You know, I mean, actually, I don't think I was a child at that point. I was like 4. I mean, I was, but I was 14, 15. So I was like a mid-teen, right? Yeah, I got yelled at, and I was like, but
I was told here.
my guardian told me that he paid for this. We cannot, like, and back then you couldn't just phone in and get and pay for stuff. Yes, that was traumatizing because they had to bring the police in.
Damn,
And then I said, yeah, because like I was basically stealing diesel. And I was just like, well, I will just leave it then, and I'll tell them about it. They're like, no. Right, and then yeah, I went. Like they took me home, and I got home, and then my guardian had to explain to them that it was a prank. And they weren't very impressed because that's a waste of police time.
Yeah.
I
imagine your police officers are like extra disdainful of that shit too.
Oh yeah. They do not like that.
Fuck the police.
Fuck the police. We were having a discussion. Which I think I discussed this with you last time. But yeah, we were just. Oh, what's that there? Oh, that's the shield. I just noticed it by accident.
Took you long enough.
Yeah. That's not a prank mode. It's not a prank. It's not. And if I was like if I was more wise, I would have understood it. But yeah, I was just getting into trouble. That person was a prick anyway. My guardian was not a nice person, as you can probably guess. A badonkadonk, yeah. The Game of Thrones, they sent a squire for a breastplate stretcher. Yeah. I remember that. It was good. Yeah. Yeah. The thing was after that where I started to get really wise to pranks. But I don't play my own because I do feel like they are a form of gaslighting, and I don't like gaslighting. Let's get that. Let's make that gold. Let's use some Duncan Rhodes thin tube paints. Coats, even.
I like Duncan. I actually backed his next Kickstarter.
Oh, yeah? Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he's, yeah, I'm really interested in that new. I'll buy them when they're retail, but. Yeah. Thanks, Dex.
He's really just kind of going for Games Workshop at this point.
He really is, yeah. The amount, actually, just looking at my my recommendeds on YouTube, a lot of painting YouTubers are coming for Games Workshop.
Well, yeah, their shit's like expensive, and they keep raising prices annually.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous, and it's even more ridiculous over there, isn't it? Because you guys have to pay premium.
It's like, yeah. This one, I'm looking for Skeleton Horde. I do. There's that one, and then the last one is. I think there's the only two I need for this project. Maybe I'll do some Nurgle's Rot.
Nurgle.
You're getting dangerously close to sounding like another word, James.
Oh shit! Please don't ban me, YouTube.
Just point it out while I hear it.
Nurgle.
You have to really highlight that.
Please don't ban me, YouTube.
You're just trying to talk about your Games Workshop product.
I'm just being silly with the word Nurgle. That's all I'm doing.
Just best just to say that stuff with an American accent.
No, actually, No, I don't want to say it's all great. Oh fuck! There's another fucking trigger. Fantastic. All covered of them now.
Good.
I'll never say that word again.
Nurgle?
What word?
Nurgle?
Huh?
Nurgle?
What? Sorry, my content filter is on. I don't understand. Are you saying stuff?
Yeah, Nurgle. I'm saying Nurgle. It's the chaos god from Warhammer lore. Nurgle.
Nah, I'm just getting like fuzzy noise.
You know, if you'd read the Stormlight Archive, there's a character in there who has a similar affliction about his wife's name.
Mm-hmm.
He just hears her name as Wind.
What? Like the weather condition?
Yeah, so like when somebody says her name, he perceives that just as a breeze, like a breeze through his ears.
That is really cute.
Well, you find out why.
That's really romantic. I know
Yeah.
it must be a pain in the ass, but it's
Sure, it's super romantic. Have you finished that book yet, James?
no.
Okay, James.
Got a new Alien coming out soon. I think it's like in 2 days.
The fuck, James?
Strangely, the last painting stream I watched was Jules and Jenko of Warhammer Figs for their Live and Let's Dice. I've not even Live and Let's Dice. I've not heard of Jules and Jenko.
Live and let's dice.
Dun,
Banana,
dun,
banana, banana.
Have you ever seen if the Emperor had a text-to-speech machine?
I have
No.
seen the Emperor's text-to-speech machine.
What is that?
It's a YouTube series. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny.
Kinda?
Kind of funny. Kind of funny.
Ah,
Kind of funny.
look. You know, putting these paints so far away is like they were just within reach, but just far enough away.
Yeah.
He has to reach too. There we go.
I have a similar situation with some of mine when I'm like, there's a reason like when I look at before I start the stream, I like to get my stuff ready, so I don't have to like reach the ones that I have to stand to get to.
Oh. Jules works with Sai. So here's my. I don't watch much content like that. I don't. Plate armor and so we'll use this first. It's because that kind of content doesn't really fulfill me very much. But I see the work that's done. I always watch the ones that Sai has done because
I
does.
watch Sai.
Because Sai is amazing.
Sai is my favorite person on the First Aid Spray podcast. Oh shit, James is right here.
Yeah, that changes every week, it seems.
It does. Depends on who's listening and present.
Yeah.
Sorry, James. I'm sorry you had to find out this way.
Yeah, don't worry, it'll change next week.
To you, probably.
You even had a special tabletop RPG episode. That's another thing that I am having trouble with right now. I'm catching up with Campaign 3 Critical Role, but I feel like actual plays are dying. Like, for stuff, because it's just... There's too much of it, and they're all bloody... They're all the fucking same. It's like, and I don't often say that, but man...
That's why I like to watch D20. D20 to me is nice because it's only ever like an hour and a half long, max. Maybe 2. It's not like a 4-hour D&D session. It's not like a 6-7 hour D&D
Oh, you mean Dimension 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they always I think they explore some fascinating themes. Like I like one that Brennan does. I think it's season 2 or season 3. Season 2 is really good because he does it with Matt Mercer is in that season. And they do what happens in Lord of the Rings after the ring gets destroyed. Like,
Oh yes,
Escape from the Blood
I
Keep.
yeah. I've seen clips of that. I haven't watched it, but I've seen clips. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I mean, I think it might be just because also I've been a person that has done many actual plays before, and I might just be burnt out by them as well.
I get that.
Like I put so much time and effort into creating stuff like that. It's part of the reason why like Mortal D's was a huge deal for me, because it's something that nobody else has really done.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a beard.
Does have a beard.
Shit. Doesn't anymore.
Doesn't anymore. James is deciding who gets beards now.
Yep, that's it. I'm gatekeeping beards.
Cancelled.
Actually, no. I don't want you. Where's my black? Is that my black? Yes. Oh, is it? Actually, let me check something. Right, yeah, we should mention as well our reaction to the RE4 remake demo
We
went out
recorded that yesterday. Yeah, it was fun.
It went out yesterday. But yeah, that it's just over an hour where we talk about. I think we all had very valid points when it came to the demo. Yeah, please go watch it. Well, not right now, but put it in your watch list. Do I get a beard, Jax? If you want a beard, you can have a beard.
Yeah, what color is his beard?
We're not beardist here. Oh, how come Basilicanum Grey is more black than Black Templar?
It's a good question, James. What do you think the answer is?
Like, because Black Templar is like a blue. Like, it's really strange. That's the only reason I got it, is because it was a contrast black, and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. Nope, it's not cool. Yay, beard! Exactly. Yeah, you get a beard, and you get a beard. Everybody gets a beard. It takes a lot. You have to. I always say this to people, but you have to kind of sacrifice
A beard.
some things. No, you have to sacrifice some things to have a beard.
Like what?
Time. Like having a beard. There are points when if you're trying to grow your beard out for the first time, you have to be patient with it. You have to cut it a few times. You have to trim it a few times, but eventually, so you take care of it and you condition it. Eventually, your beard will come out. But you have to take care of it. Like it's like a haircut. In fact, I would consider you can actually do more with your hair than you can with a beard. So I would say you have to take more care of a beard than you do your own hair.
Are you gatekeeping haircuts now?
No, I'm not. I'm just pointing out a fact. As someone who has grown a beard for 10 years now.
Yeah, I am very, very thrilled with my lack of want for a beard.
Yeah, that's fair. I like having a beard because I have a round face, and I don't like my round moon face. So my beard helps me contour my face, just like you can contour with makeup. It helps shape my face into a more pleasing shape.
I think your face looks lovely as it is, James.
It looks better with a beard.
It's potentially valid. Potentially valid.
Let's put some sepia on this bitch. I'll sepia this bitch right now. Here we go.
You got more slime down here.
Did you say slander?
Slime down here.
It's like, where's the slander on this cube? Cube being slanderous? Tell me.
No. Throw it
I
into
like
the
your cube
fire.
way more than mine. Your cube looks so good.
My cube looks alright.
I do, but like, by the way, I do, just for the fellow beard aficionados in chat, I do think beard companies and these snake oil sellers for oil and shit, like they try and sell you beard oil and brushes only for beards and shit like that. That's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. You can go down to your local Superdrug or wherever the fuck you get your stuff from, and you can just buy a ball bristle brush, and that's fine. You know, it'll be like £2, 2 quid for a brush. That's fine. You can make your own oil, right, for under 20 quid, right, and it will last you years. I made oil for myself about 5 or 6 years ago. I'm still using it. I'm still using that oil. You don't need all this oil online at the crazy prices. You can just make your own.
I don't have a beard. In fact, I scheduling a medical procedure to prevent that from ever happening again.
You are?
Lasers, man.
Nice, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was led to a pretty funny conversation with a coworker. Where he's like, I was talking about it. He goes, how could you do that? Like, what if you want a beard later? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I know I won't want one later. He goes, but how do you know now you don't want one later? I'm like, I think
No, you don't understand. How do you know that you don't want one later? How do you know? How do you know you don't want one later?
Well, James, I'm trans.
How do you know?
I'm trans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am being sarcastic. I didn't realize you were trans either.
Yeah, I mean,
you haven't told me this information.
Trans non-binary, bro.
This doesn't mean you're trans, though.
That's exactly what that means.
But you're part of the trans umbrella. I didn't realize you're going through any kind of like procedures, and I think that's cool.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't realize that. That's the transition part.
Yeah,
I didn't know about.
Trans is a person who identifies as a gender beyond the one they were assigned at birth. That is the term. That is what trans means.
Okay. It's like a semicam. Yeah, you can get it quite cheap now. I also have a single neck hair. Yeah, I have like 2 very coarse beard hairs that grow one in each eyebrow, that I have to pull out every like 3 to 4 months.
I have a couple of weird eyebrow hairs like that.
That's fucking annoying.
But that's been like just as a general, like trying to shape my eyebrows better too. In that like part of the journey.
So how so have you started yet with like
lasers? No, not yet.
No. Do you have a date when it's gonna start, or?
No, I'm gonna look into doing it privately because like my insurance says they won't pay for it. My gender care physician says they might, but like seeing my gender care physician is is like rough because like he's so backed up that because again there's not many people who do what he does. So when I like try to schedule an appointment, like so my next appointment with him is in May.
Yeah. And that's when
Um,
like you'll kind of get like a clearer idea.
yeah, that's when I get my blood work done.
Nice. And then it all begins. Exciting.
I mean, technically.
I would count that as a beginning. I mean, technically, right now is a beginning.
We'll talk more about it off stream.
Yeah. Sounds for monobrows of involvement. I tell you what, that's something I'm lucky with. I don't get monobrows,
Yeah,
but that's mostly because I have really fair hair. Like you can barely see my eyebrows, which is why the ginger, like coarse ginger beard hairs what come through my eyebrows are so pronounced. Because it's like, yeah, I hate it. And they're really curly as well.
Mine growing gray. My fancy ones I have to take care of.
Ah, okay.
So they stand out.
Yeah, I get like white, like gray hairs.
Generally
my
speaking,
left and right.
that is fine. My state is still pretty good for it. It's so funny. My state is good for that in terms of for now anyway. There's some laws going through the state legislature right now, but thankfully we have a Democratic governor who cares, and they think the state senate is also in good hands at the moment.
That's good.
Oh, you're fine. It's mostly James's question that I will address off stream. But to answer everybody else's questions, yes.
You're in there.
That's fascinating. I did know that.
Ojo Scout. They are, yeah. Yeah. Like that's why like it takes a while. Because when you're first growing out a beard, the hair on your face, again, this is to folks who have beards or want beards. Like this why it's very hard to grow a beard for your first time beard, because the hair that you grow through is always going to be this fuzzy hair, like this like soft fuzzy hair. But if you let it grow and it's going to look dumb. But if you keep letting it grow, eventually it kind of trains itself to become coarser and more hardy. And that's when you start like conditioning it and softening it and oiling it up. Yeah. Beard care with me. The only problem with beard hair is I hate finding beard hair. That's like a thing I dislike. Like I'll find today I was cooking huge amounts of mac and cheese.
Because you bought all your food yesterday, right?
Yeah, and like huge amount of meal prep. And I found a beard hair in one of the dishes I put in the oven. I was like, oh god, it's awful. Yeah, even though I bought all that stuff on my mac and cheese, by the way, it's like it's still only it's 5 bags with 2 meals in each bag, basically. Like, so I've got 10 days worth of mac and cheese that I made today. And then tomorrow I'm going to make... Oh, excuse me, I got wind. Tomorrow I'm going to make a bunch of Jackie P bolognese. And then the next day I'm going to make burrito filling.
Spag balls?
It's better. The Jackie P bolognese is basically spag bowl, but without the spag. No. Which sounds like a slur.
What is spag a slur for?
I don't know. That's what I mean. It sounds like one. My business didn't really come through till my 20s. Yeah. Like when I was in school, I tried to let my beard grow through, and you also get this problem with patchiness when you try and grow out a beard, because your beard is always going to grow at different lengths. which is why like my right side of my face, weirdly, and it's in a very localized point. So the right side of my face, underneath my jaw, grows faster than anywhere else on my face.
Weird.
It's very strange. So I have to keep an eye on it.
My shit's never grown in normally. Like it's always been super slow and patchy. Granted, I can't stand facial hair. I never have, so I do my best to shave it off. It's been really great lately because it just doesn't grow back in as fast. All right. I honestly, guys, friends, colleagues, James's.
Yeah.
I think I'm done.
It looks amazing. Looks great. Been on TV for 2 years, 6 months. Definitely takes time for it to come in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're changing. You're changing so much. So, yeah, in such a short amount of time. So it makes complete sense. It will take some time. You don't want to rush these things, do you? Either.
No, you want to definitely take into account that it is a process. It's yeah. I'm dealing with some like also some transphobia shit at work. I work in a pharmaceutical logistics company as my day job. And my boss, like I came out almost 6 months ago at this point, in September. And I did extra emotional labor by like making this PowerPoint presentation and like sitting down with my boss and her boss and being like, hey, so this is the case with me. This is who I am. I'm not gonna want to not be who I am at work anymore. So like I've created this. I can talk to the staff. I can talk to the team, and they were like, yeah, great, go ahead. But in that entire time, my direct manager, Kathy, has never ever once ever gotten it right.
Kathy's a piece of shit.
Kathy is a piece of shit. It's to the point where like we had a meeting. I had a meeting with HR about her a couple weeks ago, and they're like, "Well, you have to document this, and like you have to write stuff down, and like email, like just because so that there's a paper trail, right?" And so I didn't do that, but so like there's a site visit coming up, because Kathy's also very defensive, and she's got protection from somebody higher up. That is why she's so. Anyway, my boss, she kept doing it one day to a point where I was like, listen, I can't go to the site visit with this customer with her because like I just don't feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
And the branch manager, comments is obviously that he's like, okay, so you don't have to go. That's wonderful and fine. But we have to have a conversation with Kathy about this so that way like it can stop happening. So like what I typically do, and I don't want to speak for anybody else's journey, but like when it happens in mid conversation, so if like middle of conversation, James is like, Burger, he does this, I just like with Edrin earlier, where I'll just correct it like they, but she doesn't like. She says, well, when you do that, I don't hear you doing it. So what I need you to do is I need you to stop me and say stop, correct me, and then I was like, all right, that's so much extra labor. But you know what? Fine. If it helps you like get this shit right for once, then yes, I'll do it. So the very next day, we're having a conversation with a colleague of mine, and she misgenders me like, fuck it. And every time I stop her, Kathy, hey, stop, please, please, they, thank you. And then the third time I stopped her in that same conversation, she like sighed at me, like had a frustrated sigh. Now, to her credit, again, me holding space that she doesn't necessarily deserve. She could be frustrated with herself that she's not able to get it right. I don't know that because it's not like her that has the emotional trauma from it. But what's weird is she also does like dumb like she not dumb. She's really she like buys me gifts like that are like she brought me a nice bracelet for Christmas. She got me some earrings. So she does like gestures. She got me a pin for my name badge. But again, she's like in the day to day like conversation to conversation aspect of it. She can't stick the landing,
Mhm.
which is the worst.
Yeah. It sounds like you. I always said this, but like I'm sorry, guys, my mini isn't in the frame. I it isn't the onus should never be on you because you are the person like that they should be catering to.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, 100%. And I see that and I hear it. But like me being who I am, like you've met me, I'm a helpful person. Like I've dealt with various multiple lifetime traumas, so like I have some perspective on dealing with it. I don't mind teaching people the right way. That's just who I am as a human being. So like I don't mind holding that space if somebody is like making an effort. Uh, but yeah, when I don't get the sense that there is an effort, it sucks. So I did email HR. I got that again, but after my therapy on Friday, my therapist is like, Michael, you have to talk to them. You have to email HR.
Yeah, I agree. Like it's not going to be. You cannot solve this, and it
Yeah.
shouldn't be on you to solve it. Like it's not on you at all. It's not your fault. This is happening. It's theirs. Like they're not listening to you. Like that because that's what it is at the end of the day, right? Their ignorance, like, is a problem, right? And if they don't hear you, then again, that's another problem completely. Like
Right.
if they're not if they're not listening to you, who else are they not listening to?
Well, so
Right? I mean,
that's yeah. I find it hard to advocate for myself. I can advocate. Yeah, and that's the thing is like, for Iggy, finds it hard to advocate for himself. But it completely yes for me. It's specifically in the workspace. I have a hard time. Because strangers, I don't mind shouting strangers down on the internet or in public. Um, but yeah, people who should give a shit, right?
mhm. Yeah,
Um,
especially with how close you are working with them.
right. 40 hours a week. So there's another coworker at my office. Her name is Stephanie. And to this day, my boss work together. She's the supervisor of the other department in the office. So I'm air freight. Stephanie is in sea freight. Not necessarily we don't work together every day, but like we share an office space. I know who she is. Like I can, if you said, "Hey, who's the supervisor of sea freight?" I would say, "Oh, that's Stephanie. She's over there. You want to find her to talk to whatever sea freight business you need to talk about, right?" Kathy calls her Christine every time.
Jesus,
Christine.
seems like we got a fucking bigger problem here than
Yeah.
Jesus. She's manager.
Kathy is, yeah. All right.
Sorry, guys.
All right. So here is his burger's gelatinous cube, by the way.
You want to switch? Switch the
You
scene.
gonna trade? Yeah, I will. Switch the scene. To me, he's my gelatinous cube. Here's my boy.
Looks good.
I'm gonna tighten up his beard a little bit. I'm gonna make him a little more ginger.
You fucking making me.
I told you I was making you. Give him eyebrows.
No, don't give it. I don't have eyebrows.
Well,
I just said that.
the mini of you does.
Wow.
It's
I
'cause
don't
there's-
agree with
there-
this.
just-
I
it's
don't
just-
agree with this representation of me.
It's just because the mini has eyebrows, you have eyebrows. There he is, everybody.
They're invisible. My eyebrows are invisible. They don't exist.
I am excited for the D&D movie. I'm gonna watch it. I read the positive reviews.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
think it's
glad.
gonna be good.
I think it's gonna be fun at the very least. If not great, but fun. And that's like, I've always been of the belief that it's okay for movies to be fun. I like Pacific Rim, right? Pacific Rim is no
Mhm.
doubt one of the most fun movies I've ever seen because
Yeah.
it's a movie that delivers on its premise. The premise of that movie, if nobody's ever seen it before, it was a movie about human beings going to war with giant fucking monsters with giant fucking robots. Human beings get inside giant fucking robots, fight giant fucking monsters, right? Like, what the hell else is there not to like about that?
Yeah, it's not. It's a film that its general premise is not that deep, and
Right,
it
and
is
it just
not deep.
delivers. It delivers exactly on what I want. You know what? It's a movie. You know what it gives me? Giant robots fighting giant monsters. That's all
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, it's good. I see. That's why I think like you remember the original D&D movie from like the early 2000s,
yeah,
like with Jeremy Irons. That's why that movie did shit because it took itself too seriously.
yeah. You can't take a D&D movie super seriously.
Like, yeah, it's D&D isn't serious. Like, unless like D&D were trying to put down like a new lore element, like a new shattering event or something like that was happening, then it'd be fine. But no, it's not. Like, this is just that they're doing an adventure from the angle of the party, and yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Very excited about it. Oh, that is not. Oh yeah, it is. I love Guillermo del Toro.
I do
Yeah, he's
too.
good.
He's one of my favorite
He's
film
good.
directors.
Yeah, he's like a really nice guy too.
That's what I hear.
Like every time I listen to, I mean, I know this isn't a good example of somebody's integrity, but every time I listen to like an interview with him, like he just, he's just seems very nice and kind. Yeah, when he did Cabinet Curiosities, and the creators of each of those little short stories, you could tell that when Guillermo was introducing them, like he loved what they were putting across. Like every single person that made Cabinet Curiosities, he loved their stories, and he used his platform to give them that. I think that's really cool. Anyway, you guys should go watch Cabinet Curiosities if you haven't already.
Yeah, it's dope. All right, that's me being done. I'm gonna let James finish his, so we'll switch back to James.
I'm not gonna finish today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh fuck! And I just realized I've gone over. I mean, you can still switch to me, and we can still stay here for a bit. But yeah, definitely not gonna get done today.
It's not gonna get done today.
But I mean, not on the stream. I'll get done after the stream, and I'll share an image.
Starting next week, James and I will be working on larger projects for a bit. I don't know about James, but I'm kind of getting burnt out on Bardsung figures.
Yeah.
Especially when I
We've
got
also. Sorry, go ahead.
especially when I got cool stuff like this jacket I want to paint.
Yeah, that's good. We've also got in a couple weeks we've got Monster Hunter World will be shipping to us
Yeah.
as well. I have the Tarot del Toro, and it has some Pacific Rim cards. Tarot del Toro, I've not heard of that.
So funny. I'm here for that.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, this is my evening project. So after stream, I will typically go to the store with my spouse, and I will come back usually and paint on a project. And this is today's after groceries project. I'm very excited. Del Toro-san. He was also in he was in the most recent video game by acclaimed game director Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, he was. That's a game.
It's definitely a video game. Definitely came out. People definitely very much enjoyed it. I mean, it's funny. I jokingly say that people who enjoy the game really. like are just doing it to be trendy.
Yes.
Because
I think Donkey made a good point. Donkey on YouTube.
video game
He said
Donkey.
he said like that. Basically, what's the game called again? Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
Basically, Death Stranding, like it is a new type of game. Like it's a strand game, as he calls it. Like, but basically, it's a walking simulator. But it's a new kind of game, so it's gonna have like it's gonna be controversial. But this second one that comes out, I haven't played Death Stranding, but I already know that it didn't need a sequel.
I can tell you, I have played Death Stranding, and I can tell you it didn't need a sequel.
Like, yeah. I mean, your boy, I like cutscenes. I like lore. I like all that shit.
But I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. God, I'm so happy with how my little guy turned out. He's so cute.
He looks so good.
He looks gross, and I love him.
He's our bestie.
He's not my bestie. James is my bestie.
I am?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, we got the fucking last episode of Last of Us on tonight. Oh boy.
Oh, it's gonna be a deep one too. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, we're gonna get ruined. Like destroyed. Like I am gonna be in pieces tomorrow. I've got to go over to Steve's tomorrow.
Damn.
I gotta go to Steve's tomorrow. We're gonna be having like a boy day out.
A boy day out.
Well, it's more like a boy day in, but yeah, it's gonna be a good time. But at the same time, it's gonna be after I've watched the Last of Us episode, and like.
Well, if it's any consolation, Steve can't watch The Last of Us, so he won't know what happens.
Yeah, we'll be talking about the Resident Evil demo, I think.
Here's my airbrush. I'm gonna use this later.
Boy day. Yeah, we're gonna be. We've been trying to set up a date for a while. Basically, Steve needs his PC cleaned, and I know how to clean PCs. So at the same time, we just need an excuse to hang out because we haven't hung out for fucking
ever.
Well, I think it's been a year and a half now. The closest me and Steve have gotten together is when Steve looked after me when I had COVID.
Aw, so nice of Steve.
Steve is the best. Steve,
Steve is my favorite person on the First Day Spray podcast.
Wow, it didn't change every week. It changed hourly. Holy shit.
We're talking like a half an hour, James. But would you disagree?
Within the hour, I mean, Steve is everybody's favorite First Aid Spray member, as we know. Steve is great. Steve is good.
Is the best one. Wait, HBO confirms bonus Last of Us episode to air after finale?
Shut up. No.
What? Decline.
Decline. I don't allow it.
Oh, it's just an after the.
Oh, is it like a
special scenes, special features? Yeah, never mind.
Get caught up kind of thing.
I definitely appreciate.
It's definitely a Kojima by Kojima, yeah.
Definitely a Kojima by Kojima. Absolutely. He's being too Kojima. That's why he was kicked off of. That's why he was kicked off of the most recent Metal Gear. Colonel. The ultimate weapon. Like a TV show version of DLC. Absolutely. It is literally that. It is literally a TV version of DLC.
Because I wanted to be on the Metal Gear Solid stream, podcast. but I couldn't play the game because of reasons.
Did we do a Metal Gear Solid podcast?
We did, yeah.
Why wasn't I invited to the Resident Evil Solid podcast?
It was a bonus one like months ago. But yeah, I still wanted to be on it. So I said to Sai, yeah, can I like do like an excerpt on like the game? Can I like just voice that like, you know, something from the game? And she said, yeah. And I was like, sweet. And yeah, it was just me saying, hey boss, kept you waiting, huh? That's it.
Big boss. Now.
It was right at the end of the podcast.
You'd be like, ba-ba-ba-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-ba-da. No, snake!
No.
My favorite one is the fission mailed. Like at the end of Metal Gear Solid 2, like the game starts freaking out and malfunctioning in weird ways. And so like one time you'll like
sorry. Weird ways.
Weird ways. Oh, Alan Wake everywhere. Alan Wake is back to close up the stream.
Hey, I'm back.
Damn.
How's it going?
Fuck it. Alan, who invited you back in?
Oh, I have a permanent invitation. You know, it's like when you ask Discord to give you an invite and you get a temporary invite, but then you go into the settings and you get a permanent invite. That's what I've got.
God damn it. Alan, are you at least working on a new book or anything?
Yeah, I'm always working on a new book. In fact, I'm working on 5 right now.
What are your 5 books you're working on, Alan?
Oh, I can't tell you. That would mess with the time continuum.
Really, Alan?
Yeah.
Alan, don't bullshit me, Alan.
I am incapable of bullshitting you.
You're a writer, Alan. That's literally all you do.
I don't know what you mean. I do make believe.
All right, everybody. I want to thank all of you for joining us here on Itchy Painty today. Especially want to do a shout out to Jaxie, Iggy Bollinger, James, J Musa Payne, and of course Cruise Ship Shoji for popping into the program today. We would not be doing this without your continued presence and support. I also want to thank James, as always, who's one of the coolest people I know. And is somebody I'm honored to call my friend. Alan Wake can go fuck himself.
Oh, man.
You know what? You're responsible for all that stuff that happened. You wrote that shit into existence. You own it.
I will take no responsibility.
Can you get Jesse Faden on my show, please?
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you all.
She's not in my game.
You're in her game, though.
No, well, that's different. I am the main character. She is not.
Bye, everybody. I love you all.
Bye, guys.